Hey Cozy Crew, it is Cozy back with another group collective reading for all of you today. What's up? How's it going? If you are new here, welcome into the Soul family. If you are already a subscriber, welcome back. It's nice to see you. I'm so grateful for any and all of you to be hanging out with me today, for trusting me to read your energy. Of course, this is a group reading. Use your own intuition, your own discernment to decide what's right for you today. And if something doesn't fit, go ahead and leave it for somebody else, all right? I am going to go ahead and start off with some channeled messages here. I did go ahead and get the number 222. I've been seeing it pretty frequently, so you guys might be seeing the number 222. Okay, I also got the message about walls falling down. I'm taking this as something about someone's vulnerability. I feel like there's a sense of almost being tired of faking it, tired of pushing yourself through everything, even when things are so difficult to overcome. There's something here about not giving a crap anymore about putting on a mask, not giving a crap anymore about putting your face on, putting a smile on when you're not feeling the best. And I think this is actually a positive thing for some of you, even if it may feel like things are crumbling down all around you. It really seems like there's some sort of breakthrough when it comes to someone's ability, even in the collective, a lot of you really realizing that the strength is in this vulnerability. And I think that a lot of you are not choosing not to put so much energy into appearing a certain way on the outside when you're feeling a certain way on the inside. Another thing that came through was the word cleanse along with fire energy. So things could be feeling a little intense right now, like there's a lot of things coming up within you. Maybe you feel like there's constantly something to work through, or every day that you wake up there's another thing that's coming up, another emotional wound that's coming up that needs to be purged or worked through or acknowledged. And it seems like this has been a very tiring process, but the word embrace also came through, and I definitely think that there's something here about a lot of you needing to embrace yourself fully through this process here. Some of you may be seeking comfort through certain things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. Maybe some of you have been indulging in video games or TV or certain things just to help you relax, to take your mind off of things. And I definitely, 222 on the timer, definitely think that this isn't a bad thing, that it feels like you're reverting back to your old ways. There's something here about some of you seeking comfort, either through food or things that you're indulging in, actions that you're taking. There's something here about you guys trying to stabilize yourself by seeking comfort through things that are familiar to you, which is okay. I think that there's just something here about acknowledging why you're seeking comfort, right? There's something here about emotions or the energy being a little overwhelming, or even silence being overwhelming for some of you. So those are kind of some messages that came through. I was guided to get out the mermaid deck today, so we're going to go ahead and start out with that and get some tarot. And then, of course, I picked out a card that we're going to be ending out with today. So we're going to see what comes through for all of you. Let's go ahead and get these oracle cards to start out our message. And I can totally relate, guys. I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the energy recently. I even had a hard time getting myself on YouTube today. But, you know, I showed up and I'm here and I'm just showing up as I am, even if I'm not feeling 100%. I definitely am still excited to bring out a message for all of you and to just help everybody get some clarification about where they're at right now. We do have the home card coming out here with the sound of silence coming out. So that's definitely very funny, because we're talking about this silence that may be seeming overwhelming to some of you here in the collective. I know I've had some instances recently where I've just been sitting, or even when I'm working at night, I feel a little antsy, overwhelmed, or irritated, because there's something in the air that just feels like it's shifting and you don't really understand what that is. And I feel like as humans, we have a tendency to want to figure everything out. And when we can't, it's almost like we want to escape the feeling of not understanding what's going on. So I completely understand. But with this home card here, I definitely feel like some of you here are finding yourself through silence, right? So there's a point to this silent period. There's a point to this integrating period, right? This integrative period that you're in, where you're learning how to use the tools, use the lessons, and use the wisdom that you've been kind of learning along your spiritual path here. And there's something here, especially with her holding this blue jewel in her hand here. There's something here about you being truthful, you being honest with yourself. There's something here about this throat chakra really bringing in some sort of cleanse for some of you. So maybe some of you recently have had a throat chakra activation and have been working through some emotional blockages without realizing it that have to do with this throat chakra. And I definitely think that some of you could be feeling like certain things aren't working for you anymore, or certain distractions don't hit the same, if you understand what I'm saying. There's something here about feeling unfulfilled in some of the things that you've been grasping onto for comfort here. And I think that there's a need to really look at these things that you're reaching out to and be honest with yourself about how emotionally fulfilled they make you. There's something about this silence bringing up lessons and bringing up information for you to really gain more clarity about your situation and kind of where you're headed, what you're releasing at this time. We do have Wanderlust coming out in the reverse here. So there's something here about maybe some of you feeling like you're losing your joy, losing your connection to the earthly realm around you. Maybe you feel like so exhausted from things not working out that you've kind of closed a door on yourself, is what's coming through. Some of you may feel like you're unable at this time to really enjoy things, to really find the beauty around you. And I think there's some need to step back here and to really think about the things that you're grateful for, the things that are coming up for you that are kind of nudging you to look a little closer at certain things that are coming up within you. So I definitely think there's a need to sit with yourself, to maybe contemplate on the emotions that have been coming up and how they've been affecting your ability to experience joy in your everyday life, right? There may be some sort of tendency to push things away right now because you're feeling so overwhelmed. And I think at the end of the day, this is a clear message for some of you needing to ground yourself at this time, to really come at a place of balance when you're kind of trying to look into certain things that are coming up within you. Instead of coming at them from a place of anxiety or fear, there's a need to step back, ground yourself first, and then tackle this shadow work that may be needing to be done, okay? So with this Wanderlust, there's definitely an emphasis here on some of you thinking about how you can bring some more joy into your everyday life here, okay? And this may be simple things that you can do, okay? And it says laugh out loud, okay? So there's definitely a need to connect with your inner joy, connect with your inner child, to really think about how you can use this inner passion that you have, this inner ability to be imaginative, creative, to really experience more joy in your everyday life. There's something about maybe some of you burning yourself out because you've been working so hard, being so serious, taking everything so serious. And I think there's a need to just not take it so serious, to take a step back and to understand that you're coming into success in your own timing. And I think there's just something about letting go of some of the pressure that you guys have been putting on yourself at this time. Maybe you've just been putting a buttload of pressure on yourself. And I think that it's been negatively impacting you or making you feel like there is no solutions around you because you're working so hard, but it's coming at your own detriment here, collective. So I'm going to go ahead and get some handmade cards here to clarify some things here. We're going to get some energy out, and then I'm going to grab some tarot, okay? Let's see what's coming out for you guys. I'm not really clarifying which cards here. I'm just grabbing some of these. Okay, so our first card out, we have the Mirror. Encourages self-reflection and introspection. So there could be some things coming around you, maybe even people, things, opportunities that are kind of encouraging you to look at yourself. And this may be overwhelming. So for some of you, maybe you're having a hard time swallowing certain truths that are coming up out of this throat chakra activation. There may be something about clarity coming to you, but you feeling overwhelmed by the clarity that's coming through. Maybe there's some sort of reality that you've had to face about a certain situation, a financial situation, or even a person in your life. And maybe you're having a hard time really swallowing the truth of that. And I think that there's something here about you putting so much pressure on yourself to make a decision now or make a change now. And I think that there's just a need to take some of that pressure off of yourself, right? And just to really acknowledge the mirrors in your life that are showing you what's going on, what needs to be shifted, instead of stressing so much over the signs that you're receiving, okay? Maybe these signs or these things that are being reflected back at you are making you feel more pressure. But I think there's something here about just being grateful for for these signs from the universe to change something. There's something here about shifting your mindset. If you're feeling depressed one day, instead of seeing it as a setback, see it as an opportunity to work through something new, to lighten your load. Thank the universe for bringing you these feelings so that you can work through them and figure out the lesson from it in your own timing, okay? I think there's something here about learning patience as well, or practicing patience in this time of frustration. We do have the provider, dependable, supportive, and practical. So instead of feeling like you have time to really be joyful, to be creative, to have fun. Maybe some of you are just putting so much pressure on yourself to be someone that's dependable, to be someone who holds space for other people instead of taking care of yourself first. And I think that for some of you, you may have had or are still dealing with some people-pleasing tendencies, always feeling like you need to be there for other people, to feel like you're useful, to feel like you're valuable. And I think that there's something here about understanding your worth even if you don't have time to take care of other people. It says, what part of yourself are you neglecting? And this is falling out with the laugh out loud card, right? So I definitely think that's for some of you, there's something here about you neglecting yourself in a way where you're not allowing yourself to have fun, to have joy, to indulge in things that you love. Even earlier when I was talking about escaping through video games, maybe you do that and you feel guilty afterwards for doing something that you love. And I think that as long as you're not overindulging here, I think there's something here about just having fun with the things that you love, not putting so much pressure on yourself for feeling like you need to escape for an hour or two. That's okay, right? Everyone needs a break every once in a while. And I think that even if as you kind of turn into this new version of yourself, there is going to be moments where you step back into those habits that are no longer serving you, right? But I think that there's something here about understanding that you're still a human, understanding that there's still earthly things that you're going to want to experience, and that's okay. So if you take some time to laugh with friends online and play a video game, that's okay. You can always pick up where you left off when it comes to your spiritual journey, your shadow work. I think it's more about not being angry or upset because you chose to do something instead of work on your spiritual path or work on shadow work, and being okay with taking time away from the spiritual path to do normal human things is what's coming through. We have the key, unlocking potential solutions or hidden knowledge. And I think that there's something here about maybe some of you, I had 1222 on the timer here as well, so 222 is definitely relevant. I feel like there's something to be found in these moments where you decide to escape through comforting things here. And I think that there's something that you need to look closer at when it comes to your own shame and guilt about doing things that you love, right? Instead of working or doing shadow work or being so serious all the time. There's something here about shame and guilt when it comes to things that you just love to do. And I think that there's something here about releasing that pressure that you're putting on yourself so that you don't waste so much energy on feeling bad or feeling angry at yourself is what's coming through. I'm going to go ahead and grab some tarot here, and we're going to see what's coming out for you guys. And then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and see what's going on. Let's see, Spirit. What is our first tarot card here for the collective today? Black Newman. Okay, so right away we have the card that's having to do with the void, with this time of silence. And I definitely think that a lot of you will relate to this energy right now. There's something in the air here. It's this deep, overwhelming silence that may be happening in your everyday life right now, okay? I feel like some of you are a little overwhelmed by the feeling of stagnancy, the feeling of nothing growing in your life. But I definitely think that there's something here about stepping back and not allowing yourself to focus so much on the stagnancy. I think there's something here about focusing on what this time is for you and really being grateful for this opportunity to allow this ego of yours, this old ego of yours, to pass away, to turn into something that's more fulfilling for you in the long run is what's coming through. I think that a lot of you are in this void state. You're experiencing a time that maybe feels a little suffocating, but there's something here about allowing yourself to rest when you need to, allowing yourself to have fun and play when you're feeling overwhelmed with the responsibilities that you've taken on in your life. There's something here about embracing yourself, embracing the darkness that has been coming through for you guys, and really allowing yourself to flow a lot more freely without putting so much pressure on yourself to always feel good, do good, be the best version of yourself. There's something here about stepping away and realizing that it's not going to always be that way. And with the Page of Swords coming out here, there's definitely a clear message here about some of you really needing to look at this obligation you feel towards other people when it comes to feeling like you always need to be of service, always need to be readily available to be a listening ear for other people. There's something here about really setting boundaries for yourself when you're not feeling so great, so that you can save your own energy to work on things that you love. Of course, this doesn't mean always being completely selfish, but there's something here about allowing yourself to be selfish, practicing being a little more selfish so that you can really work through these feelings of shame and guilt for being selfish, okay? So there's an emphasis here on choosing yourself first on this path, collective, and really allowing yourself to take care of yourself in this chapter. We do have the Queen of Cups coming out here. And I definitely think that this has something to do with you noticing in what areas you are neglecting yourself, neglecting your own self-care. And I think there's a need to really embody this energy of the Queen of Cups so that you can continue to be compassionate towards yourself, to fill your own cup unapologetically, and to really learn how to take care of your own energy, your life force energy, to protect your energy from being constantly drained through the acts that you take when it comes to taking care of other people, taking care of your responsibilities. It seems like some of you are putting yourself in so many areas, all of your energy, and it seems like some of you are consistently feeling drained, feeling tired, feeling burnt out, and there's a need to really look at what you're doing to yourself, because this is almost a form of self-harm in a way, right? You're putting your energy in so many other people's cups that you're not leaving any energy for yourself at this point. And there's something here about being really honest with yourself about time that you need to be alone, time that you need to focus on things that you want to be creative with, things that you want to indulge in. There's something here about allowing yourself to just have more fun in this time of silence, okay? So maybe instead of using your time to call someone and hear about their day and hear about their problems, maybe you take that hour or 2 hours and you decide to put on some calm music and you paint for a couple hours, and you don't put so much pressure on yourself to make something amazing. Maybe you just fully express yourself on that canvas. And I think that through that, a lot of you will find that you have some joy. Maybe you just need to get your hands dirty and get out in a garden and plant something new. Or maybe there's something here about just going on a walk and not allowing yourself to focus on your problems, allowing yourself to just take a walk for the sake of experiencing that walk, right? For the sake of experiencing something new and not for a purpose, right? I feel like some of you have been focusing on doing things to gain clarity, to gain some sort of answers. And I feel like the moment that you step away from that pressure that you're putting on yourself and you just do something for the sake of experiencing something, for the sake of just going out and having some joy, there's something here about clarity coming through, because you're connecting in with that inner joy of yours. You're allowing yourself to fully experience something, to be present in the moment. So maybe that's more of the message that's coming through, is that so much pressure is being put on some of you that you're not really actually being present in the moment. You're focusing on all these problems that have to do with your future, your past, or even certain responsibilities in your life at this time. And it's not allowing you to be fully present with yourself, your environment, or the people around you. So there's something here about allowing yourself to be more present. And maybe that's why this Two of Swords is coming out. There's some sort of decision that needs to be made about being more present, okay? We do have the Magician coming out here, which makes me think of alchemy right away. I think some of you are being called to take all of these negative emotions that you're feeling and really allowing them to instead of bring you down, to fuel your motivation to do things, to get out of your house, to get out of your head, to get out there into the world and experience something new. Maybe some of you are just needing to get out there and just go do something new. Maybe you haven't been to the beach in a while. Maybe there's a hike you've been wanting to do and you haven't gone because you don't feel like you have the time, right? But there's something here about making the time for that, setting out a certain block of time for you to be able to do something that you want to do, without worrying about anybody else, without worrying about your responsibilities or what you feel like you have to do, what you have to be successful at, what you have to release, what you have to purge. There's something here about just allowing yourself to be, to be in a safe space, to be somewhere where you're connecting with yourself or with nature. And I think that a lot of you will feel a lot more relief or even a lot more clarity as soon as you focus on the present moment and step back away from all of these responsibilities and problems that you've been focusing on. And with the Ace of Cups coming out under the Black Newman here, it's almost like this void state, this stage of integration, the stage of silence that may be overwhelming to some of you. It's really all about teaching you how to keep your own cup full, to really teach you how to take care of your energy, take care of yourself, and to really trust in yourself at this time, to be strong enough to set boundaries, to speak up for yourself, and to be truthful with how you feel, truthful with the things that you want to be doing, and really allowing yourself not to hold on to any obligations to other people or responsibilities. This is about you learning what you want to be doing in this next chapter. And I feel like in this chapter, you're really learning how to alchemize all of this negative energy and turn it into something positive that fuels your future endeavors here. So even if things feel overwhelming right now, just know that this period is to serve your highest good. It's bringing you back home to your true authentic self. And even if it feels overwhelming, like I said, there's something here about embracing yourself and embracing this darkness, even if it doesn't feel so comfortable here. I think there's something here about finding joy, finding the light, even if there doesn't feel like there's much light in this period right now. Okay, so you're learning how to fill up your own cup at this time. You're learning how to nurture yourself, and I think that through this process, a lot of you are going to be realizing a new way of how to handle something, a new way of how to bring instability for yourselves. And I think that by taking off this pressure off of yourself, it's going to make a lot more room for new financial opportunities to come in for you. And I think that as soon as you connect with this inner joy collective, there's something here about some of you being noticed by other people, that are coming across you on their own paths here. It seems like maybe some of you are kind of repelling certain opportunities or connections with other people because of this vibration of feeling so obligated to other people. There's something here about you coming home to yourself, you choosing to really prioritize yourself. This is going to bring in more financial opportunities, more people who are like-minded, who align with your path here. And I think that it's going to end up bringing in more positive opportunities for some of you. We do have the Four of Wands coming out with the Knight of Cups here. So I definitely think that a lot of you are going to be finding more stability through this next chapter. Even though it may feel overwhelming or suffocating right now, there's something here about you taking the pressure off of yourself, you allowing yourself to be more vulnerable with yourself or even with other people. And I think that your passion for really breaking down these emotional walls that some of you have been holding on to is really going to help you not only see yourself in a clearer light, but help you see other people around you in a clearer light. You may feel more at one with other people because you're finally allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to let these walls down. And I think that there's something here about a lot of you just not feeling the need to put these walls up anymore. There's something here about you wanting to just be yourself. And I think a lot of you are just tired of putting on the masks, putting on these fake smiles. And I think there's something here about you not bringing other people down with your own vibe, but there's something here about you being more honest and more open with the possibility of being vulnerable with other people around you. And I definitely think that through this, a lot more support is going to be coming through for you guys. And even some relationship mending is coming through for me. So if you've had other people around you that you felt a little distance from because of your own tendency at this time to kind of be more solitary, to go within yourself, I think there's going to be a want from some of you to connect with people around you. Some of you may be craving more connection or craving more honest conversations with other people is what's coming through. And we do have the Fool coming out with the White Newman card here. So there's definitely something here about the way that you act, the way that you present yourself that is currently shifting, collective. There's something here that's shifting energetically within a lot of you, putting you on your North Node path instead of focusing on this South Node path. I think there's something here about this new beginning becoming something that feels like lightness for you. There may be a lot of relief that's coming through for you guys in this next chapter. And I think you're getting away from all of these negative mindsets that have been holding you back. And it's only because you're ready to surrender to this this process here. I think there's something here about you truly letting go and allowing yourself to experience things and flow a lot more freely. Even if that means experiencing some periods of darkness, it seems like a lot of you are more open to this at this time. And I think that as long as you're honest with yourself in this chapter, as long as you continue to uplift yourself, and as long as you continue to not lie to yourself about how you're feeling or the things that you're indulging in, I think that this next chapter is going to be offering a lot of relief for some of you, okay? And it may allow you to move through this void state, this time of solitude, a lot quicker than you would if you were continuing to fight through it, is what's coming through, okay? And something else that's coming through with this White Newman card here, I think that this is a new period, a deeper level of accepting the duality within you. There's something here about you accepting both the darkness and the light, but it's on a deeper level than you have before. It's like a lot of you have been aware of the duality within you, but haven't really been able to truly break down these emotional walls that some of you have been holding on to. But I think that Spirit is really pushing a lot of you in this next chapter to really break down those walls. And it may be happening kind of naturally. It feels like some of you are just feeling less pressure on yourself, or maybe even less energy, which is kind of in a way helping you, but making you feel a little uncomfortable is what's coming through. So some of you can be experiencing some darker periods right now where you're just feeling like, I don't have the energy to lie to these people. I don't have the energy to smile right now, and that's okay. But I also think it's teaching you something. So I think paying attention to those moments are going to bring some clarity for some of you. It says the ripple effect, part of something bigger, details are taken care of. I definitely think that there's something here, some nudges from Spirit to really acknowledge your ability to be vulnerable at this time. There's something here about other people also noticing this shift in your energy collective. I feel like there's people around you who are noticing that your spirits may be a little down. Maybe you're being a lot more honest about what you're going through or how you're feeling about this path. And I think that other people are finding you as more of a comforting presence because of your openness, your honesty, your vulnerability. And I feel like with this gentle force coming out, I definitely feel like there's something here about this being some sort of intervention from Spirit. I feel like a lot of your guys' spirit teams at this time are working hard to make you see yourself in the mirror, to see the things that you do, your actions, your thoughts, for what they truly are, for how they truly affect you. And I definitely think there's something here about gentle nudges from Spirit to continuously be working on things. And I think that this period of you being tired, you feeling overwhelmed, is really breaking down this ego that is trying to leave, this old version of yourself that is truly passing away at this time. There's something here about you guys learning patience and learning how to continue to be persistent with your dreams and goals, even when you aren't feeling the best, because you still have that trust at the end of the day for yourself and for the divine source, God, whoever. Okay. It says King Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. And I definitely think that this has been a long process for a lot of you. You're playing the waiting game is what it feels like. And I definitely think that even though a lot of you recognize that abundance is in your future, it's like a lot of you have this feeling of desperation or want to escape some sort of situation or even escape certain relationships because you're not feeling fulfilled. And I think that a lot of you know that nothing good is coming or nothing amazing is coming until you truly surrender. But how do you truly surrender, right? It's a hard process. A lot of you may very much feel stressed out about wanting to truly surrender, wanting to fall back and just be this full authentic version of yourself. But this is going to happen in your own timing. And a lot of you, this abundance is going to come in when you find that time where you are so beaten down, you are so tired that you just decide to lay on the floor. And this is metaphorically, lay on the floor and just decide to let things come to you. And this is going to be more of a feeling that you feel collective, a feeling that comes up within you that really allows you to truly step back, lay down, and surrender to whatever is coming towards you. I think that you're getting very close to having a breakthrough on this spiritual journey is what's coming through, okay? We do have in call, healer, seer, priestess, soul purpose. And there's something here about a lot of you being motivated by some sort of soul mission, soul purpose, or even a hobby that some of you have found that you truly love. And maybe some of you have been overworking on a business or some sort of hobby. Maybe you've been trying to get something off of the ground, but nothing's coming through. And I think here, there's just something here about letting go of the pressure you're putting on yourself to be successful at one thing, or putting all of your energy into one basket and just hoping and praying that something comes through, hoping and praying that something becomes successful. I think there's something here about you just coming to a point where you're going to stop caring so much, okay? Because there's some sort of realization that you love something, that something really allows your heart space to feel full. And even though it's not so successful right now, many of you are going to reach a point where you're just tired of putting so much pressure on yourself. It's almost like some sort of realization that you've been putting too much weight on yourself. You've been putting too much pressure on yourself for something to become successful, because the pressure that you're putting on yourself is not changing the time where it's going to become successful. Okay, it's not speeding anything up. It's just tiring you out more. And I think a lot of you are realizing that. One more, Spirit. Okay, so we're not taking these. That's a clear message. I'm going to go ahead and get our last card out here, collective. We have number 39, Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. It says, you can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers and is even now leading you into that which you seek. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection whenever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. I definitely think there's something here about this last push through this cycle here, this last push. Okay, so there's something here about a lot of you feeling defeated, feeling like you can't go anywhere from here. There's nowhere up from here. And I definitely think Spirit is here letting you know that you're so close. And I think that these feelings of not being able to overcome this situation are a clear sign that you're really close to a powerful breakthrough, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and get some dice for some confirmations, and then we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Okay, so we have Libra energy coming out. Maybe some of you are a Libra, or this is all about bringing balance back into your guys' lives here. I definitely think that with the Page of Swords having the Faith and the Evolve die come out right on top, there's something here about you choosing to evolve, you continuing on this path, even though maybe some of you have even had periods where you're losing faith. You're losing faith in the divine. You're losing faith in yourself. 3222 on the timer. And I definitely think that there's something here about you having a clear sense of something positive coming through from this spiritual journey that you're on. Maybe some of you are going to be very soon opening up this third eye, or having some sort of epiphany through your third eye. Maybe a certain vision is going to be coming through that's going to show you an idea of the type of abundance that's coming through for you guys in the future. There's something here about maybe some of you recently have asked your spiritual team to show you something good that's coming towards you, because you're feeling overwhelmed in the darkness. Maybe recently some of you have had a dream or a vision that has shown you something positive that almost felt like it was yours in real life. Okay, I know recently I had a dream of like a future apartment. And, there's something here about having some sort of vision or dream that shows the abundance that you're ready to receive in this next chapter. Archangel Haniel may be significant here. Maybe she's here to help you connect with your intuition, help you kind of trust in your own abilities here. And this is falling on top of our Priestess card here. So maybe some of you would benefit from connecting with Archangel Haniel at this time, to connect with the moon, to connect with your intuition, your femininity here. And we do have Element coming out on top of the Magician card, which is really funny because I was feeling like more of the energy of alchemy today. And I definitely think that there's something here about fire, earth, when it comes to your need to ground at this time. There's something here about working with the elements at this time to allow yourself to balance your energy out. on the inside so that you can start to balance out your outer reality as well. And that's all that we have for today, guys. I am going to go ahead and end out this reading. I thank you all for being here with me, and I hope that this message resonated with all of you. Let me know in the comments if something specific came through for you. I would love to see it. Read it in the comments. If you like the video, if you like the way I read, make sure to like the video, thumbs it up. It helps me with the algorithm and finding new Cozy Crew members. And if you want to subscribe, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to know when we're all hanging out. I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you off with so much love, light, ashe, ashe. Stay strong, guys. You got this. You're on the right path, and you are making it through, even if it feels overwhelming at times, okay? So much love, so much light. Ashe, ashe. Cozy out. Bye.